Okay, so let's set the scene. The date is January 5th, 2026. Ever wonder what can happen in just a single day? Well, we're about to take a snapshot of our world to find out by tracking four major stories as they unfold all across the globe.
I mean, really, how much can the news from just one day tell us? Well, we're about to connect the dots between four things that seem totally unrelated: a high-tech defense shield, a growing economic union, a landmark legal case for an insect, and a hidden threat in a city's water. Let's see what kind of picture they all paint together.
First up, let's head over to India. There's a major defense initiative making headlines called the Sudarshan Chakra Initiative. And believe me, this represents a huge new chapter in the country's strategic ambitions.
So what's the mission? Think of it like creating a giant defensive bubble. It's an advanced air defense system that's designed to protect not just military sites, but also crucial civilian infrastructure. We're talking cities, hospitals, power plants, from pretty much any potential threat coming from the sky.
And, this is not a short-term project at all. While everyone's talking about it now, in 2026, the real goal is to have a fully homegrown, an indigenous system up and running by 2035. This is all about playing the long game for technological self-reliance.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. By developing the Sudarshan Chakra, India is basically trying to join a very exclusive club. You've got nations with some of the world's most advanced systems, like Russia's S-400, America's THAAD, and of course Israel's famous Iron Dome. This is the league they're aiming for.
Okay, let's switch gears completely. We're going from national security in Asia all the way over to economic integration in Europe, where there's a pretty big shift happening in the monetary landscape.
So the big economic story of the day really boils down to just one number: 21. That's the new size of a very exclusive club of nations. And that club, of course, is the Eurozone. Just as a quick refresher, it's the group of EU countries that have all adopted the euro as their common currency. It creates one of the biggest, most powerful economic blocs in the entire world. So, the big reveal. Who's the 21st member? Well, as of today, Bulgaria has officially adopted the euro. This is a massive step for the country, weaving its economy more deeply into the fabric of the European Union. All right, now for a story that is truly one of a kind. Seriously, we're leaving European economics behind and diving deep into the Amazon rainforest, where a legal precedent was just set that could honestly change how we think about the entire natural world.
This is just incredible. For the very first time, anywhere on Earth, an insect has been granted legal rights, kind of like a person or a company. Down in Peru, 2 municipalities have officially recognized the inherent rights of the Amazonian stingless bee. And we're not just talking about some symbolic gesture here. These are fundamental rights. Things like the right to exist and to thrive, the right to have their habitats restored if they get damaged, and the right to live in a clean environment. The bottom line? This gives them actual legal standing. So, why these specific bees? Why all the fuss? Well, this chart just says it all. These tiny little insects are the absolute cornerstone of the Amazon ecosystem. They're responsible for pollinating over 80% of the plant life there. They are a true keystone species. And hey, this isn't some abstract story that's happening thousands of miles away. Their work has a direct line to your kitchen. I mean, think about your morning coffee, or that chocolate bar you love, or avocado toast. These bees are essential for pollinating the plants that give us all of those amazing things.
For a final story today, we're heading back to India, but this time we're looking at a really critical public health and environmental issue that's quietly unfolding in the capital, Delhi.
So, a brand new report from the Central Groundwater Board has just dropped, and the data is pretty alarming. Get this, over 20% of the groundwater samples taken in Delhi show nitrate levels that are way above the permissible limit. That's a serious potential threat to the city's drinking water.
Right away, that brings up the most important question. Where is all this contamination coming from? How are these nitrates getting into the groundwater that so many people depend on every single day?
Well, unfortunately, the pathway is pretty direct. It all starts with the heavy use of nitrogen-based fertilizers and animal waste in agriculture. Then, when it rains, the agricultural runoff carries these excess contaminants off the fields, where they seep down and eventually pollute the underground water supply. So there you have it. In just 24 hours, we've seen a nation planning a futuristic defense shield, an entire continent expanding its economic club, a revolutionary legal status being granted to an insect, and a major city grappling with a hidden threat right under its feet. So, one day, four very different stories.
Each one is a little window into our collective challenges and our ambitions, from security and money to the very survival of our ecosystems. It really shows you just how connected everything is, doesn't it? And that leaves us with one final thought. What will tomorrow's snapshot